So it all started back at my cousin's place. I never had a brother, so I always admired him. He was 6 foot tall and 4 years older than me. I wanted to be just like him, just like my cousin. So that day I raided his stuff. What could I find to make me more like my cousin? So I found this red CD, I hid it in my top, and I ran away. The name of that red CD was Tupac's Greatest Hits. Tupac's music and struggles have inspired me, and I hope to share these inspirations with you. You may be familiar with Tupac's music, or his image and portrayal as a gangster rapper, but you may not know he was a poet, a social advocate, a musical legend, and someone who I feel has inspired me. Tupac started out as a backup dancer in the early 90s. He then went on to selling 13 albums, of which 10 went platinum. He starred in 10 movies and was the subject of 14 documentaries. He was a role model to many, including famous rappers including 50 Cent, J. Cole, and Whale. He could do what most rappers couldn't do, which is walk the line between poetry and gangster rap, whilst also touching on nearly every subgenre of hip-hop, and still providing really deep and meaningful lyrics. He had seen the struggles of his mother, Afeni Shakur, who was a target of the government as a Black Panther activist. He grew up with a Black Panther mentality, that knowledge is power, and that the pen is mightier than the sword. He lived through many struggles, but he still managed to rise above them all. As he wrote, he became the rose that grew from concrete, meaning out of the harshest conditions, that beautiful things can still grow. The reason why he became a musical legend is because he was a literary artist. Most of his words sent out social messages. Most of his words addressed problems in the African American communities, such as violence, conflict between rappers, discrimination, racism, and poverty. He still remains a top-selling artist today because he could relate, many people could relate to his words. Most of what he spoke and wrote about is still relevant today. Still 16 years after his death, many could associate with this young black male. Not because he was black, not because he was a hip-hop artist, but because he's real. Most of what he spoke about was real. He felt the pain of everyday people. Now that I have shared with you how Tupac overcame poverty and went to becoming one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all times, I will now share with you how he's inspired me. Living in Australia and being the only half Chinese kid in an all-white and all Australian classroom, I endured racial discrimination all throughout junior school. At home, I was kicked out by my stepdad, and I was always on the street, doing stupid and dangerous things, in which I'm still thankful that I'm still here. As a kid, I never felt that sense of belonging, whether it be at school or whether it be with my step-family. I thought life couldn't get any better at the time. I was the shyest person I knew, and I had confidence levels below the average kids. Up until I found this red CD, and I started listening to this song every day at school. The song Changes on Tupac's Greatest Hits. It got me through a lot, and it helped me realize that there are other people out there facing the same problems, experiencing the same things, but even worse. And I'm not alone. In his song Changes, Tupac is trying to express that there needs to be changes in order to stop poverty, racism, and discrimination. It inspired me to overcome my shyness so that one day I can help others enduring racial discrimination. In conclusion, I'm so thankful. As a kid, I stole this red CD with Tupac's song, Changes. I learned that there's more behind this gangster image that Tupac is portrayed as. He's a musical legend, a social advocate against racism, poverty, and discrimination in African American communities. And in Tupac's words from the song Changes, we need to make a change. It's time for us peoples to start making changes. Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we live. And let's change the way we treat each other. Madam Toastmaster.